Yeah, fuses can be found in power supplies and things that you can't even get inside. This is a digital multimeter, and where the battery is, there's a fuse right there. While troubleshooting your vehicle electronics, something goes out, it might be your fuses. And so fuses are there to protect you, and they're also underneath some hoods too. And as I show in my YouTube video about fixing your air conditioner, there's two fuses right there. That's your first line of defense. Hey everybody, this is going to illustrate how to read out different kinds of fuses. All fuses are the same. You have slow-blown fuses, you have normal fuses, you have car fuses. Some cars have smaller ones than these, but the same kind. Air conditioning, your outside air conditioner type fuses. Give you some ideas here. But I did show you basically how to use this in one of my air conditioning repair videos. I have this turned on to 200. There's a 1 up there. And when you hit these two leads together, you're shorting it out. And it should come up to 0, or real close to 0. So a good lead, a good fuse, you take your finger and hold one on, you're not going to get shocked. And you take the other one without your finger on, because your body is a resistance and will show something. So I'm going to touch that, and it should go to 0. That means that little wire in there is touching. So sometimes you can't see the wire. Like for this one right here, if I hit one on the copper there, one on the copper there, it's a bad fuse. It's not moving, it's not going to 0, it's a bad fuse. If I take one out of this box, it's brand new, you can't really tell the difference at all outside of the labels. You can't see the inside. They look dark to me on both of those, but you can't tell. If we put one there, it's a good fuse. So you can't, there's no visual effects there. So that bad one I'm just going to set aside, put that one back in the box. And that's what's used on your air conditionings at the house. These are used in all sorts of things. This is the one that you saw in this meter when I showed you the back of it in the beginning of the video. Alright, so if you take your meter, because that wire is extremely thin, but I see it's all there, but it could be burned out underneath those, so you can't tell. You hit these on both, and we have good reading on there. We hit this on both. It's a bad fuse. So that's going to be one that can be thrown away. I have a small one in there. These are inside the packages, so I'm really banking on these being good. It's never been open. So I have another small one there. I have another small one right here. I don't usually keep bad things around, but I see a wire going across. It's shiny, and we hit that on both sides. And once again, we're not getting anything. I'm scraping it. We're getting something now. So I'm scraping it, and I'm getting something. So it's a good one. I'm going to take that one back, and I'm going to scrape it. And we're not getting anything. Okay, sometimes corrosion builds up on these, especially when they've been sitting around a while. There's some bigger fuses. These are all called bus fuses. And so these have very large, it's very old package, old Radio Shack packages. I'm going to take one out, and you can see the big piece of wire in there. So these are like 20 amp fuses, and sometimes they'll say them on there, on the different packages. Come over here. 5 quality fuses, but it doesn't give you a size. But right on the steel, the metal, should be an amperage. And I see SEA and I see 20, so that's the 20 amp fuse. Alright, so we're going to put a wire there, scrape it, and there we go. We have a good reading on the meter. Alright, so you can get packages, okay, of your fuses for some vehicles. Okay, so it tells you what they are with a actually tester and inserting removal tool that's on there. That's really nice. Meters are pretty cheap. You can get them over at any electronics store. Make sure you turn it off, because if you leave it on the resistance readings, you could burn up the battery that's inside this. Alright, so hopefully this video actually teaches you a little something if you knew nothing about fuses. Okay, get the bad ones out, keep the good ones. Keep a good stock of them if you have some devices, any kind of radios, walkie-talkies, things like that use fuses, because the fuse is your first line of defense from an overload of current. Alright, subscribe if you want. A lot of good videos coming up still.